The animation though is really good. They have some nice skim simulations in this. Went right through a small pool like that and ended up kind of implanted into the side of the mountain here. In this video, I'm going to be reacting to some of the web's best viral videos that were actually faked with CGI visual effects. I'll be sharing some of the giveaways that allow you to tell that some of these videos are faked, as well as sharing some of the tips and tricks that might have been used to create some of these viral videos. Okay, so the first one I have here is the amazing giant water slide jump. This one is actually kind of an oldie and is still one of my favorites, so let's watch it here. Woo! Perfect shot. Amazing. And that guy's okay. It is still one of my favorite viral videos out there on the web. It was done really, really well. So some of you might have seen this video debunked already over on Mythbusters. Obviously, it's impossible to fly that far, but it still makes for a really crazy cool video. Okay, so how they did this, I'm gonna guess that first off, they had an actual slip and slide here. And it looks like someone actually goes down it and they just kind of speed ramped it up so he picks up more speed than you would probably realistically pick up in that section right there. And then afterwards, they just have the jump here and the whole flying through the air is a composited fake person, probably hanging from some wires or whatever, just doing some kicking. And yeah, chromoed right into the footage. Then they have the big splash when he hits the pool. There's probably some added splash effects there, as well as somebody just jumping and making as much waves in the pool as possible. And with a little bit of compositing, it goes together seamlessly. Also, realistically, I don't think he would have stopped in the pool with that much momentum. I'm pretty sure he would have went right through a small pool like that and ended up kind of implanted into the side of the mountain here. But it was a great viral video, still one of my favorites. The next one we have here is a golden eagle snatching up a kid in a park. Let's watch it and then we'll talk about it a little bit afterwards. Of course, the music. You need the music. This one was actually admittedly fake. They came out about a week later and it was actually like a college project that some kids worked on. But they did a really good job. One of the things that really sells this viral video is not doing anything too unbelievable. The way they did the movements and having the eagle not really be able to take off too far with the kid, with the weight of the kid and stuff, they did a really good job of making it seem very believable, but it is indeed fake. And I actually think one of the areas that look the weakest is right around here actually, when the eagle's kind of coming across the front of the trees there. I don't know, something looks off about that. There's kind of like a trail almost behind him, like he's not blending quite in with the trees there maybe. But they did a really good job. I also think there's maybe not enough movement in the kid here when he picks him up. Right here, the kid's legs are just kind of dangling there. Maybe they'd be kicking or something a little bit. Realistically, the guardian of the kid here would probably have noticed the eagle swooping in a little bit sooner than it did. I mean, the sound of an eagle swooping in is going to be very loud, and you would definitely hear that, whereas the person doesn't actually change until he's already picking up the kid, which just kind of shows that it was fake. Okay, next one.
Oh my god! Oh, he's winded. Oh my god! Oh, he's winded.
Okay, that one might be real. Okay, the next viral video is a man fighting off a giant white shark in the ocean. Let's watch. So another reason why a lot of people probably thought this one was real is because they did a lot of good work with the shaky camera and not doing too much with the shark, although you might notice that the camera footage always seems to get really nice and clear and sharp as soon as you see the shark, and then it's just like jittery and all over the place. That's one of the giveaways that make it pretty obviously faked, but the actual shark and the color grading and everything on the shark in the water is really good. I'm gonna give them that. But, I mean, you can see that it's like smooth, nice, sharp footage, and then just completely nasty footage. This one, again, this one's done really well also. I like this shot in particular. The animation, though, is really good. They have some nice skim simulations in this. If you take a look at like the little fin right here, just the way that kind of flaps in the water as it goes by, that's done really well. So they did some nice animating on this shark. Also, if this is a GoPro on someone's head, why is he sitting there just looking at the shark for so long? You can see that like this whole shot is just like watching the shark when at this point you would be hightailing it out of there. But again, a really great viral video, and that's exactly what you want in a viral video. Something that looks like it could be real, but just kind of pushes that envelope a little bit, which makes you wonder. And the last one we have here is a biker being chased by a bear while going down some biking trails. Let's take a look, and then we'll share a few thoughts. Okay, out of all of them, this one has to be the most fakey, and I'm actually shocked that it has 28 million views. Yeah, like, every time it shows the bear, it is so obviously composited in. This one doesn't deserve to be as popular as it was, because I feel like the CGI is definitely lacking in this one. First of all, they show very, very little of the bear, and every time they do, it definitely looks superimposed. The bear just has darker blacks on it than everything else in the scene. You can see all the shadows and stuff compared to the blacks of the bear. The color grading just wasn't even very good on this one. The motion blur looks off. He's not quite blurred enough compared to the footage around him. And there's definitely no shadows even of him on the ground. So this one is pretty obviously faked. I have seen a few bear chase videos that were done actually better than this, so I might bring up one of those. But again, here you can just see the blacks on the bear way too dark compared to everything else. It's not even graded to match the footage, let alone shadows and stuff. So this one is pretty weak and doesn't deserve 28 million views. Holy smokes. Okay, so throwing one more in here. This is actually a snowboarder chased by a bear. Kind of similar to the last one, but this one might be done just a little bit better. So we'll take a look. Why didn't I see the bear there? Okay, so this one's done a little bit better, but still pretty fake in my opinion. First of all, they show very little of the bear, and then the bear kind of seems to change locations too much. As you can see in this shot right here, they have the bear right along where the snowboard track is, kind of coming across the scene actually. And then the next time we see the bear, so it's kind of right to there, so kind of keep that landmarker right there. And then you can see here, you don't see the bear at all. The bear should definitely be in this scene compared to where it was to the landmarks. And then you see the bear a little bit later here, way over to the right. So just the positioning of the bear kind of gave away that, yeah, I feel like the scaling of the bear is kind of changing a bit. As you can see, just the proportions, the bear size to the border here. And I know that like it will get smaller with the distance, but it just seems like it should be a little bit smaller when it's off in the distance here, and then maybe a little bit larger when it's coming closer to her. It looks the same size here, even though proportionately where it's sitting on the ground there should be a lot closer to her. So I feel like the scaling is off a bit on the bear, and the placement is the main issue. This one definitely matches the footage a little bit better. Maybe actually a little bit too soft. Maybe there should be a little bit more blacks in this one compared to the other one being too dark. But yeah, this one was done a little bit better, and still pretty fake though. But that's gonna wrap it up, guys. That's the last video I have to share with you guys. If you like this little series, let me know with a like. Leave a video in the comments that I should react to next, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. That's gonna do it for me though. I will see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.